What is up, Green Bay Packers fans, and welcome back to another episode of Packer Report TV. I am your host and the publisher of that very website, Ross Uglem. Today, we are looking at 5 things I am looking for in Saturday's preseason opener against the Cleveland Browns. But before that, it happened. As I've mentioned on a couple of shows previously, I've been bothering Homage nonstop about repping their gear, and I finally got my care package, another lightweight hoodie from the Kings. This thing is so soft, and this thing is great too, and I'll explain why. I've always been a little bit self-conscious about looking like the last pick in the draft. So, yeah, like if I'm going to a game or if I'm doing something, real a draft party or something like super serious, super Packersy. Like I'll wear a couple things with the G on it. That's fine. But if you notice my videos, a lot of times I'll just have one G. So I don't like a G here and a G on my sleeve and a G on my hat and a G on the back of my hat and a G in the background and a G and a G and a G. I like to have like an alternate logo like this here. I'll have the Packer Report logo with the G. This super clean hoodie brings in so many possibilities. I can wear my Packer Report hoodie with it. I can wear any of the hats that actually have the G on it. This is all it is. It's just clean. Just Green Bay Packers, officially licensed stuff here from Homage. Love this hoodie. Shouts out to the care package. Just want to quick show you guys these, and then we'll move on with the show. My guy Jordan Love here, the NFL Blitz tee. Very jazzed about that. As I mentioned on the Evan Williams show, always happy to be wrong, especially when it makes the Packers better. And this is just tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. My guys over at Homage. Link in the description. Help your boy feed my kids. All right. Thing number one, Clifford versus Pratt. I think that's easy. Everyone knows where I stand on this deal, but it's more than just Clifford versus Pratt. Plus, you're going to get to see Jordan Love, which is fun. But it's more than just Clifford versus Pratt. I'm interested in some of the intricacies, some of the opportunities, one guy versus the next. I'll say this: Sean Clifford's struggles are not from a biased view. Yes, I loved the Pratt pick. Yes, I want Pratt to be on the roster. That doesn't mean that Sean Clifford has had some awesome training camp and I'm just here dumping on him because I like Michael Pratt. He has struggled. Read Andy, read Rob, read Schneidman. Doesn't matter. Like this is well documented. These are struggles, actual struggles. It's not just me being a jackass. But what I'm really interested in, because this is one of the complaints I had about the practices I was at. Now, I've been to 4 practices. There have been 11 or 12. So I'm certainly not operating on I've been to every practice. But does Pratt get opportunities with the same quality as starting cast, right? Skill guys, linemen, things like that? Or does Clifford get that full advantage? Because I think a lot of the times Clifford was really the 2, or when Love was out, he was the 1, and Pratt was the 2. Does Jordan Love get us series? And then does Sean Clifford get us series with the starters? And Michael Pratt never gets that advantage. Now, those things all slide in a scale, right? Is Michael Pratt's opportunity with the 2s also against the Browns 2s on defense, or is it against their 3s, right? So as your teammates get further down the depth chart, and this is all up to the other team. It's not like there's an agreement like, hey, Stefanski, when we pull our starters on offense, can you make sure, Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward and those guys get up on out of there? It's not how this works, right? Cleveland can play their starters the whole game if they want. They'll win 31 to whatever, and congrats, you won your preseason opener. But you got to pay attention to not only who's around them, right, but who they're playing against. And so I'm really going to be paying attention to the Pratt snaps and the Clifford snaps, and ultimately what goes on there with Jordan Love, of course. Development number 2, development of the offensive line depth. Who looks capable, right? We know David Bakhtiari moved on, but so did John Runyon Jr., so did Yosh Nijman. They lost some depth pieces that were theoretically replaced in the draft, but were they? Right? Jordan Morgan out with a shoulder. We're not going to be able to see him. You're going to have, and by the way, are they even going to play Zach Tom? Are you going to see your starting 5? I don't know. I don't know that that's going to be the case. You might see Kadeem Telford out there at right tackle. I don't know. Pretty sure you're going to see Sheed. Maybe you won't see Elton Jenkins. I don't know. Josh Myers is going to have to be out there. Sean Ryan's going to have to be out there. If you're going to run Jordan Love out there, you're going to try not get him killed. I think Jacob Monk's going to be on the team. So that's 6. Actually, that's basically 7, right? Because either Ryan or I think either Ryan or Morgan are going to be on the team. Well, Morgan's definitely going to be on the team, but they're not going to cut Sean Ryan, I don't think. So you got Sean Ryan, you got Jacob Monk. Who's guy 8? Who's guy 9? Who's making this team? Do they keep 10? Right? You'd like to think that Travis Glover would make the team, but I don't know that that's going to happen. I haven't heard his name in a positive light. Kadeem Telford has obviously jumped him on the depth chart. I haven't necessarily heard his name in a negative light either, but I don't know that they're not trying to get Travis Glover to the practice squad. How about Donovan Jennings, my guy? What about Caleb Jones, the 6'9" project? Again, talking about Kadeem Telford. Where do these guys play? We know about the Packers cross training, but when they're actually trying to beat the Cleveland Browns or at least win rep by rep by rep, I don't think they care about the final score, but I'm talking about winning rep by rep by rep. Where does Telford play? Where does Monk play? If they're, talking about where does Donovan Jennings play if he's healthy enough to play in this football game? These are all very interesting things to me. That's going to be something to watch. Thing 3, defensive backfield and linebacker positioning. I think we know Quay is going to be the Mike. That was a big question kind of after the draft. Can he really handle those responsibilities? We're not going to find out in the preseason, but it'll be interesting to watch him do that in a preseason game. Who's getting live reps at what spots, right? Bullard. How much nickel is he playing, if any? How much high is he playing? How much low is he playing? Free strong. How much of that is he doing? How often is he on the field, right? Is he out there with the twos or does he beat it? Does Evan Williams start in his place? I don't know. Tyron Hopper, is he getting work at the outsiders or is he currently being viewed as a special teamer and Quay Walker's top backup at Mike? I think there's every chance that that's true. Edgerrin Cooper, I just want to see him run. I just want to see him play outside linebacker. I want to see him do fun things. I'm excited about him. I'm super excited about him. Kalen King, does he get any outside corner snaps? I was pointing out because somebody, I think Andy was talking about Robert Rochelle versus Kalen King for that last spot on the roster at corner. Not so fast. I think Kalen King right now is unless it's Corey Ballantyne, I think Kalen King is the backup nickel, right? They're going through different drills than the corners go through some practices. So is Kalen King playing 100% of the second team snaps inside? They're using Evan Williams. They're using Javon Bullard. Is Kalen King stealing reps outside to show the staff that he can do that? Definitely something I'm watching. Defensive positioning for Evan Williams, I'm watching. Evan Williams, Edge Cooper, Tyron Hopper, Javon Bullard. All these middle of the field defenders, I'm super interested to see where they line up. Kicker competition. Who kicks first? Who kicks second? Who kicks third? Does that have anything to do with what the staff thinks about him? Who does well? Who does poorly? Am I paying attention to the new kickoff rule? Heck yeah. Who's good at that? Who goes out there for extra? Like all these things. I'm interested in all these things. And then finally, and I think I'm actually going to give you a 5A, Lucas Van Ness. I'm very excited to watch Lucas Van Ness. Year 2, all his athletic gifts, putting his hand back in the dirt. He's made some noise in camp. I think, you might not even see Preston or Gary, if maybe a series. I think you could see a high snap count for Lucas Van Ness. So very excited about that. 5B, just in general, man, what does this defense look like? That's going to be the most exciting thing for me, really. And of course, I'll watch every snap. I'm a sicko. I've got all sorts of stuff wrong with me regarding Packers football, but am I gonna watch every single snap of defense? Hell yeah. I was gonna anyway, but I'm gonna be absolutely locked in because yeah, you get to watch it in practice. But I got that preseason film hookup, baby. Okay. And not only that, but like the view that you get on TV. God love Green Bay Packers. Their media staff, Jason Rocks, Sarah Rocks, are all awesome. Okay. They do a great job, take great care of us. Our vantage point is trash. Any of you that have been to practice can look across the field. When I took my kids to the Thursday practice before family night and sat with my parents and my children my vantage point was way better than when I'm a member of the media, because all you're doing is just standing on the track at eye level with absolutely enormous human beings, really, really big people. And there's, you know, nothing that you can really say. I mean, you can know who's doing well, but as far as the structure of the defense and the structure of the offense, something that you can see, when it's all, the not necessarily the all 22, but the wide angle even of a television broadcast, it's just completely different. So that's something I'm watching in a huge way. And I'm really excited about just our first look at Green Bay's defense with real guys in green and yellow going against real guys in other colored uniforms. Guys, thanks so much for watching or listening. If you are on the podcast side, check out Homage. Like I said, link in the podcast description, link in the video description. I'm probably going to tweet out some merch stuff on Friday. Do everything you're supposed to do here. Like, subscribe, click the bell, get the notifications, and simply, do everything that you are supposed to do here on the Pack a Day YouTube channel.